Hi, I am Nancy Armour from USA Today Sports, and this woman needs really no introduction.
Oh,
You know her, you love her, Laurie Hernandez.
hi.
Fierce or Final Five member, gold medalist, Olympic silver medalist on balance beam,
Yay.
Dancing with the Stars champion, author. What else am I missing?
I think you got everything.
So you're back here at the national championships.
Yes.
Tell me what this year has been like for you, because it was just at this point last year that everybody kind of started figuring out who you were.
Yeah, a lot of things have changed. I've been doing a lot of traveling lately. I'm not home nearly as much as I used to be, but I like it. I work a lot with kids, and I do a lot of gymnastics clinics and things like that, but there's a lot of fun stuff in between too.
When you come here, and I know you were just signing autographs at Congress, and you guys are going to be Hall of Fame luncheon tomorrow. Is it still kind of surreal, or has it all, have you been able to process it in the last year?
It's definitely still surreal. I can't believe that any of this is happening. Sometimes it's like I'll wake up in the mornings and I look back and I'm like, is this really like what my life is right now? But I'm so grateful. I'm so blessed to be in the position that I'm in, that I get to just kind of travel around and work with kids. And now I'm at championships, and it feels weird because I'm not in the leotard on the floor. I'm watching this year.
Because the year that you were injured, did you actually come to championships, or you stayed home at the gym?
I had to stay home. Yeah, I got knee surgery. So
this is going to be the first year that you've actually been here to watch.
Yeah.
What's it going to be like?
It's a little bit weird. Like, I feel like I should be out there, but at the same time, I'm rooting for the girls. I can't wait to see everyone out there.
Who do you, and we'll get more into you, but just a quick breakdown, who do you like? You obviously know Reagan and Ashton because they were the real alternates last year, but who are you looking forward to seeing?
Everyone, really. I talked to all of the girls. I'm so excited to see what Trinity is going to do on the floor. Can't wait to see Jordan Childs. I can't wait to see all the girls, really, all of them. They're all impressive. They're all incredible, and they all work so hard, and I see that. So,
is it going to be nerve-wracking to watch?
I think so. I think gymnastics is more nerve-wracking when you're watching than when you're doing it, because when you're doing it, you at least have control and you know what you're doing, whereas when you're watching, you can't control what the other person is doing. So you're just kind of like, please stay on.
Which that brings me to an interesting point, because, or maybe not interesting, but you, and it was the title of your book, was when you were getting ready to do your beam routine, the camera focused in on you and you said, pictured you saying, I got this.
Yeah.
And when I was talking to Emma, and I'm going to butcher her last name,
Malabuyo.
Thank you. Okay. She mentioned that that's one of the things that she took from you, is that going like that, like blowing out. She says it's you take a deep breath of confidence in and you blow out all of the negativity and the nerves and everything like that. She said she partly got that from you.
Oh.
How did you learn that? And like, take me through that beam routine back in Rio.
Yeah, even competitions before Rio, I would stand on the apparatus and I'd take a deep breath and I would say, like, I got this, I'm confident, I'm calm, I'm collected, and all these things that I wanted to feel right before and during my routine. So I would say, like, you've trained hard for this, you got this, you're cool. Like, just a lot of self-reassurance, basically. So, I guess that's really where it came from. It's just kind of boosting myself up, but yeah.
When we talked a couple weeks ago, you said that you can't believe it's been a year. When you see, like, I'm sure things come up on Facebook or your Instagram, like, a year ago.
Yeah.
When you see memories of that, what goes through your mind?
I guess just the fact that it actually happened. Like, ever since I was a little kid, the Olympics and many other things, I've always wanted that to happen, and I've always worked very hard for it to happen. So the fact that it did happen and all my dreams came true, even as a little girl, that blows my mind. So it makes me very happy to look back at that memory and to see that I was actually there.
One of the things that I thought was so cool about you guys was Gabby and Allie obviously had been on the 2012 team.
Yes.
Simone and Allie had trained together, had gone to competitions together in the years leading up to the games. You were the new kid, but you fit in so seamlessly with the rest of the girls.
Thank you.
How did you guys do that? And it's still, you guys are still very tight. I see posts of when you guys are at award shows or whatever. And I think the ESPYs a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. But I guess going into there, I definitely was nervous, knowing that 2 of them had gone to Olympics, 2 of them had gone to Worlds, and then I went to pack rooms. And don't get me wrong, pack rooms, that was one of the biggest meets that I have ever been to, and I was so excited and I was so blessed to be there. But it was, it's not really anything to compare to an Olympics or to a Worlds. But Yeah, and so I just went in there and the girls said, you know what? It's just like any other meet. Don't change a thing. Don't go too hard. Don't work too little. Just keep everything the same as practice. And so that's what I did.
But how do you do that? I mean, especially because of the way that the rules have changed, the fact that you couldn't go to World Championships the year before, even if you were going to be age eligible. How daunting is that to step in? It's like, oh yeah, Olympic year, here you go.
It was exactly like that. It was, oh, hey, it's the Olympics. Let's throw you in here, you know? But it was just a lot of, I guess the year before I understood, you know what, you're too young to go to a world. So next year, like, you have to be in your best shape. So understanding that really prepared me for the next year. And just kind of understanding, you know what, a lot of people have experience around you. They know exactly what they're doing, follow in their footsteps and do what you do. So that helped me a lot.
What is or was your favorite memory, or when you think back of Rio, what's your favorite memory?
Oh, I have quite a few. One of my favorites is when we would go to the cafeteria. All of the athletes would be there, like from every country, every sport, you name it, they were there. So we got to see like Michael Phelps, we got to see Usain Bolt, and we just got to meet so many incredible people. And I think another thing that made me smile was seeing like the different body types at the Olympics. So it's like you have us who's like super short, we're a little bit bulky and muscular, which I love that. And then you have like the Cuban basketball players. So you have like Simone and I, who's like, you know, barely 5 feet. And then you have the Cuban basketball players that are like, you know, a little over 7 feet. And the height difference is crazy. Their hands are the size of our heads, but I love it.
That was very funny because you guys would post pictures of, you know, like here's Simone or here's you, and then here's a basketball player. And it was like just this, you know, really, really funny.
Yeah.
And you guys also collected pins. I know Allie kind of showed you the ropes with that, and you got to be quite an expert at that. How many did you end up with? And
63.
63?
Yeah, I got 63 different pins.
Wow.
And we would like fight over them too. Like I'd be like, no, this is my pin. And like as soon as because it got to a point where like we almost got, not every country, but we got a lot of countries that we were constantly seeing. And so whenever we would find a new country that we didn't have a pin from, like you would see like one of the 5 girls sprint to that country to see who could get to that athlete first and swap pins with them. And typically it was always Allie. She was always spotting. So she has a lot more pins than I do.
What was your favorite one?
My favorite one, I think I have like a little Russian, like it's like this itty bitty pin, but it's gold. And it's just very shiny, and it has like the Russian flag on it. And I was like, oh, we were all fighting over that one. And then we were looking for like just an Olympic rings pin.
Okay.
But those are like rare to find. Like typically it's just like the country and the sport that you find on a pin.
Right.
It's never like just the Olympic rings. So we were looking for that.
Did you get mine? Because I remember there was one day in the mix.
Don't tell the girls.
Yeah. There was one day in the mix, and then you were like, I want that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I got that one.
Okay, so you came home and you found out while you were in Rio that you were going to do Dancing with the Stars.
Yes.
What was that experience like? And when you're back here in LA or LA area, what kind of good memories does that have for you?
It brings a lot of good memories, specifically like everywhere, you know, there's like Whole Foods, but like in California, there's Air One, which like, it's like, it's basically Whole Foods for like California version. Okay. So right next to where we would train for Dance with the Stars, they had an Air One, and I would eat there, or I would eat like at this little sushi place. Like every time I come to California and I see these places, I'm like, I feel like I'm supposed to be dancing. But I have a lot of great memories from that, and it was exciting to get the call that I was going to Dancing with the Stars, just because like a few years before I had watched the show with my family. That was something that we had always watched. So I remember like sitting on the couch, and my dad would kind of look at me and be like, you know what, someday you're going to be on that show. And I was like, Dad, what are you talking about? Like, why would you say that? And later he called it. So yeah.
What's that like, you know, you're here today signing autographs. You obviously were a huge fan favorite on Dancing with the Stars. You've got all these people now who know you and look up to you and you know, have wonderful thoughts about you. What's that like? Because you're still a teenager.
I'm still a nugget. Yeah, I mean, it's I definitely take it as a really big responsibility to understand the fact that I have a lot of people, young and old, watching me. And so I just try to do my best to make sure that I'm inspiring everyone, and I'm taking responsibility in the fact that, you know, I have a platform and I get to speak out on things that maybe I feel need to be heard more often. So I think it's a good thing, but it definitely can be a little stressful.
What are some of the issues that you want to touch on or that you want to bring to light?
I think one is just for everyone, especially like on social media nowadays, to be a little kinder to each other. I think back then it was always like bullying in school, and that still occurs today, which is not a good thing. But now it's even more known to be bullied on social media, and I don't think that's okay. People think that they're entitled to just type whatever they want and not realize that it actually does affect the person on the other side of the screen. So
how do you deal with that? Because that is something, I mean, you guys have had to deal with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just understanding that, if you ever met that person, they would never actually say that to your face. And also, it's just understanding that you have the life that you have. We're all blessed in very different ways. And just because they wrote that doesn't mean that it's true. Just because they wrote that, I just kind of swipe past it. You try to ignore it, really.
Very wise words.
Thank you.
And you mentioned something earlier, and this has really been kind of Allie's mentioned this a lot on social media, and I know Simone has too, the different body types, and not, body shaming women or women being proud of whatever kind of body they have. That's something that is really important for women. How important was that for you, and why do you think it's important for you guys in particular to speak out?
Yeah, I think it's important, especially for us, to speak out, because I guess our body types are very different from like the average woman's body type, let's say. And so like our bodies, we're very bulky, we're very muscular, but at the same time, we take pride in that. We think that means that we have very strong bodies, and we're proud of how hard we've worked. We've put in so much hard work and dedication into gymnastics, and the reward from that is having a strong body, and we feel like we should all own that. And so it's also just kind of promoting the fact that, strong is beautiful. It's okay to look strong. That's a good thing.
It's a really good thing.
It's a really good thing. And you know what? If you don't feel strong, then the best part is that you can work on it. And if you feel great, you should own that. Like, own what you have. So
more wise words. So going forward, what do you want to do? It's so weird when you say, "Oh yeah, I still have to finish high school," because
I've got 1 year left. But no, I'm kidding. Stay in school, kids. But yeah, I mean, I have 1 year left. I still homeschool. I've been homeschooled basically my whole life, so just figured I would just homeschool for this last year. But yeah, I'm looking into college in the future. That's an exciting thought for me. I'm looking into 2020 because I still love gymnastics. It's still a very big passion of mine. And I guess into like the future, possibly acting. Okay. I like acting. I like just the thought of playing another character. I think that I'm really drawn to that.
Okay. When you say college, would you do something like similar like Madison or Kosian, or Madison Kosian or Kyla Ross? I know you couldn't compete at UCLA, so maybe more like Jordan, but go there, or are you looking back on the East Coast, or?
I mean, I'm looking mostly at like UCLA right now. That's it's one of my favorites. It's a very warm, it has very good vibes and positive energy there. So I'm a big fan of that.
Good weather too.
But keeping my mind open for other things. But that's really my number one.
Okay. And back in the gym, what is your thinking in terms of that?
Yeah, very soon. Very, very soon. I mean, as soon as this summer is over and things start turning down a bit, I'll probably go back to training.
Do you find yourself, because all of you guys said you needed a break after Rio, which is totally understandable, but do you find yourself as the months have gone by kind of getting the itch to get back? A little bit, yeah. I mean, especially when you come to P&G championships, all these girls are doing gymnastics, and you look back and you're like, I used to compete here. Maybe I should come back. But yeah, I mean, you definitely get that itch, and you just miss flipping. I mean, that's all we've kind of, I don't want to say that's all we've ever known, but since we were little kids, this is a sport that we've done. Mm-hmm. So we all miss it. And when we talked a couple weeks ago, you said that you all around is still your focus, because if you're not familiar, people, 2020 there will be a 4-person team, which I don't like, but whatever, and then 2 event specialists. But you said you would like to keep your focus on the all around if you go to. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm definitely keeping my mind open for all these different spots. It's also understanding that yes, there are only 4 girls, and so it's just being very wise in who's around you and being very wise in your training and everything like that. So. And I don't know if I ever asked you this last year. Obviously beam is where you won the silver medal, but what is your favorite event? Well, I think I like beam because it gives me a little bit of a challenge, but I like that feeling that I get when I understand a skill, and I understand every time that I'm going to nail the skill because I know how to maneuver it. But floor it's definitely one of my favorites, just because I love dancing.
I love tumbling, and I get to smash the two together. So.
What was your favorite dance on, speaking of dancing, what was your favorite dance on Dancing with the Stars?
My favorite, so I have a few. I think my first favorite would definitely be the fusion dance.
Okay.
So we basically, for those of you that don't know, we took Argentine tango and foxtrot and we mushed it together into one dance, and I really like that one. It just looks very smooth and slick and very ballroom type, so I like that. And then we had to recreate the Chicago musical.
Oh yeah.
And that was very much like out of my comfort zone. But once I understand, like, okay, I am playing a role. This is like not me. I'm playing a character. It was a lot of fun. So I think that's also where I got the acting bug.
Okay. All right. Did you get to keep the costumes?
No.
No?
No, I didn't. I mean, I think I could probably say like, oh, can I have that one? And I would be able to get it. But yeah, no, we don't get to keep the costumes. They actually get basically, like if someone has like an idea where they want to use a costume like that, they can get my costume retailored to them and then add more rhinestones and take off. Yeah, it's very cool actually.
Huh. So whose costumes did you wear? Or do you know? If,
I don't know.
Okay. So it's not like you had one that you're like, oh yeah, Hallie wore
yeah,
that.
No, we're not really sure. But like sometimes I'll see like, I don't know, promotion things and I'm just like, hey, I wore that too.
And did you keep the shoes, or I imagine you probably like killed how many pairs of them?
I didn't keep the shoes, but there were a lot of shoes and there were a lot of blisters from those shoes. But yeah, I mean the shoes were interesting because with dance shoes or like dance heels, the middle of like the sole of the shoe is a lot floppier than a regular heel, so that way you can dance a little better and your foot is more flexible.
Okay.
So it makes it a lot easier to like roll your ankles and stuff. But
ouch.
Yeah, I like it better like that.
Okay.
Don't mind.
And your medals, and so where are you keeping all your stuff, like the medals, the mirror ball trophy?
So the mirror ball trophy is like in like the corner of my living room.
Okay.
Right. And then the medals are in a safe.
Okay.
Right now.
So like a week like this, do you pull them out and bring them here, or no?
Just hid those suckers away. And I have a really big fear of like losing them. So even at Rio, when we got our medals, we all locked them in the drawers and everything. Oh, I forgot the keys.
And there was there have been reports, and I've talked to a couple of athletes who their medals chipped.
Yeah.
But you said yours have not. Yours are in good shape.
Mine are in pretty good shape, thankfully. I noticed that if you have two medals and they clink together, then they start to chip. So you just have to be very careful when one like lays on top of the other.
Okay.
Or if you like touch the actual metal too much, then it can just wear a little bit. So I've been very careful to like hold it like a child.
So what else are you guys doing this weekend? So you're obviously, like I said, you just did an autograph signing at the Congress for GK, correct?
Yes.
Which has your leotard line.
Yeah.
What's that like seeing kids in your leotard line?
It's kind of interesting because like looking at the whole big picture and like the process of making the actual leotards, and I get to do all the colors and design the backs. I mean, I've done my best to try to make the backs as unique as possible.
Okay.
So if you flip the leotard over, it's very like crisscrossy. Some of them are just regular backs.
Okay. I think I've seen a couple
they're
this
very
weekend.
different and I like it. But it's really cool to see little girls just wearing the leotard and like my name is embroidered on the hip and it's just, that's me.
Okay, so what else are you doing?
So this week, or tomorrow, Saturday, in the morning, I'll be doing Nastia's Grander event.
Okay.
So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Lupkin, 2008
Nastia Lupkin, yay.
Olympic champion.
My girl. And then in the afternoon, the whole team is getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. So that's going to be really cool. I'm so excited. It's an honor to be there. I have butterflies. But yeah, and then I have a little event in Los Angeles that night.
Okay. Why do you have butterflies about Hall of Fame?
Because I think that's so cool. It's an honor to be like inducted into.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And when's the last time all your girls were together?
ESPYs.
Okay.
Typically, I mean, we're all traveling a lot, so it's really hard to get us all into the same room. But yeah, when we are together, we're very giggly.
Yeah, like what's a funny story that maybe people don't know about you guys?
Funny story. There are so many that I think I like don't remember any. But I'm trying to think. There was one time at the Olympics where one of the girls, won't name who, but we were trying to pull an outlet from the wall.
Okay.
And like like just like not the outlet, like just the little, the
Like
charging block.
Yeah.
We tried to pull the charging block out of the wall, and we pulled the whole outlet out by accident, and then like the whole room lost power. So we had to like call someone up, and I'm pretty sure like the whole floor lost power since we did that.
Don't mind them, it's just the gymnasts.
It was great. It was really funny, but there's like just this hole in the wall, and I have a picture of like one of us just like holding the outlet, like,
what did I do?
like the whole wall is just like in our hand. It's really funny.
I'm going to blame the construction of the village though more than you guys because there were some issues. So
A little bit,
We'll
but you
give
know
you
what?
that
We had a great time. We had a successful competition. That's all that matters.
yes. So is it really true? Does Allie nap as much as you guys do?
Yes. Well, I mean, not as much anymore because since we're all taking a little break from training, I've noticed that, like, I think I'm starting to nap, like, almost as much as her. But, nah, she'll always be nap queen. But it was funny because one morning, like, we woke up and we went to breakfast. And then we came back from breakfast and she was like, okay, guys, I'm going to go take a nap. And we were like, we were just sleeping. Like,
You just got up.
You just got up. But, no, we all understand her now. Like, as we're getting older, we all understand the fact that, like, we need some naps.
Driver's license. Still a work in progress?
Still a work in progress. I'm never home, so it's really hard
Right.
to get a permit and to drive and to get a license if I'm not home. So once things start to tone down a bit, then I'm definitely going to go for that. But I'm, at this point, I fly more on a plane than I get in cars, so I'll probably get, my pilot license next. I'm just kidding. So many buttons.
Okay, one word to sum up your last year.
Ooh. Exciting. Very exciting. And lots of cool things to come.
All right, great. Well, Laurie, thank you so much for joining us. It was a pleasure. It's always great to catch up with you. And you can follow her on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, everything. Keep up with her and see what she's going to do next.
Yay.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.